new babe. So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute, man, and we are back with another episode of embarrassingly dumb ways people have died. Darwin Awards winner part 3, man. This series is getting crazier and crazier. It's to the point where I'm like, man, are these even real, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you gotta step outside yourself and be like, bro, did somebody really do that? Did somebody really die that way, fam? These are getting crazier and crazier by the second, fam. I'm just like, what were y'all thinking? Absolutely, what were you thinking? And a lot of times that's the case, man. We don't think, and then we end up in crazy situations, man. But we're gonna get into the next one, man, and keep it rolling, all right? So if you're new to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button, join the fam, join the mob, baby, blood in, blood out. TMJ fam for life, all right? And for the haters, what we do, y'all, tell them again. Tell them one more time, y'all. Put it in the comment section for them, right? We run the likes up, baby. Let's go.
Natural selection takes its toll and omits the dumbest people from the gene pool. It's not great news for the people whose head whistles in a crosswind, but for us, it's fantastic, as we can keep entertained by the amusing tales of people with a room temperature IQ who perish due to a lack of intelligence.
Greatest movie, one of the greatest movies ever, bro. Dumb and Dumber.
Let's get to it with more Darwin Award winners. Number 16. Death by Beard. Hans Steininger served several terms as mayor of the small Austrian village of Braunau-Emmen. He had a 4.5-foot long beard, which he kept neatly rolled and stuffed in a pocket. When a fire broke out in his village in September 1567, Steininger found himself at the center of panicking townspeople. His beard loosened from its pouch and unraveled as he tried to suppress the commotion. Steininger was too rushed to re-roll his beard, so he pushed it out of the way. His decision proved to be fatal when he tripped over his beard at the top of a flight of stairs and tumbled down the steps, breaking his neck along the way. Number 15.
Oh my gosh. I mean, is that a dumb way to die? I'm guessing they saying because of the length of the. I mean, that could have happened with anybody with that long of a beard, but I don't know. I don't really know if that one there classifies, but bro, that's crazy. I was thinking they was gonna say it caught fire, quickly ran up his face and burned him to death, but stepping on it, falling down the stairs and breaking your neck, yeah, fam, that's too long. That's entirely, like, did you see his beard game? Like, I'm to the point where I'm about over mine, bro. You don't know how many conversations I done had with myself to cut this off. It's gonna be gone soon. One day y'all gonna click on the video and it's gonna be gone. It's aggravating sometimes, bro. You be eating all kind of food, be all around it, and then if this grows too much, it try to ease its way in your mouth, man, and you always doing this. It gets aggravating sometimes, but Queen loves it. So what do I do? You know what I mean? But this dude, he got it thrown over his shoulder. Looks like it got towards the bottom. He done dreaded it up a little bit. Like, that's a lot going. That's too much to deal with, fam. It gets tangled up. You wake up in the morning. It's crazy. Then you go to try to pick it out, and then you mess around and pick one thing. Bro, because it get tangled up, and you caught, and you go to pick, and then you pull in your face. It's too much, fam. I get it. That's too much. Here. Jeez. Let me go back a little bit.
15. Crushed by a cactus. One day in 1982, two young and presumably bored roommates named David Grunman and James Sukochi decided to wander the desert near Lake Pleasant, Arizona, with shotguns. During their walk, Grunman opened fire on a 10-foot saguaro cactus. It quickly toppled, and Grunman then shot 2 rounds into a 27-foot tall cactus, causing a large and heavy arm of the plant to fall off. Grunman was crushed to death by the spiny, long saguaro arm. Saguaros are only found in the Sonoran Desert and are protected by Arizona law. In the case of David Grunman's unlawful behavior, he received a death sentence.
That's karma.
courtesy of the
That's karma.
cactus he shot. Number 14. Fatal Test Run. As the aviation age took off, a tailor named Franz Reichelt decided to pursue a dream that was far beyond the scope of his profession. In 1911, the aspiring inventor entered a contest to create a safety parachute. He created a parachute suit, which was a standard flight suit improvised with rods, rubber lining, and a silk canopy. Reichelt broke his leg during early tests and blamed the chute's failure on the short height he jumped from. After a year of lobbying for permission to test the parachute suit from the Eiffel Tower, Reichelt was given the green light. Police and onlookers expected him to use test dummies, and when they realized he intended to test the product himself, they tried talking Reichelt out of jumping. He was so confident in his parachute suit, however, he took the 187-foot plunge and died on impact with the ground. Number 13. Shopping Cart Catastrophe. One day in 2008, 18-year-old Cameron Bieberly took a joyride in a shopping cart that was attached to the bumper of a car.
Whoa.
When the car hit a speed bump,
Whoa. I was just about to say, that could have been any of us. All of us have been playing in the shopping cart, may have pushed somebody down the hill, maybe or may not. We've done that. You know what I'm saying? So I was about to say, typical kid stuff. But fam, attached to the hood of a car, that's different. That's some Johnny Knoxville type stuff right there, bro.
joyride in a shopping cart that was attached to the bumper of a car. When the car hit a speed bump, the Florida teen was catapulted 27 feet and landed on his head when he hit the pavement. He died shortly after. Bieberly's parents became adamant campaigners against car surfing, a trend among teens that has become increasingly popular in recent years. Apparently, a growing number of today's adolescents and young adults need to be shown evidence of a tragedy to avoid dangerous driving behaviors that could kill them.
Was that Michael J. Fox and what was that, Teen Wolf or something like that? He had everybody wanting to do that at that time, bro. Yeah, blame some of these movies. Everybody want to always blame rap music. Blame some of these movies.
Number 12. Motorcycle helmet protest death. In the summer of 2011, 55-year-old Philip A. Cactus attended a protest against New York State's motorcycle helmet requirement. Around 550 motorcycle enthusiasts rode together without their helmets in a show of solidarity against the safety law. During the demonstration, Cactus's 1983 Harley-Davidson fishtailed when he hit the brakes and he was thrown over the handlebars. He hit his head on the pavement and was pronounced dead at the hospital. The medical expert who pronounced Cactus dead believed he would have undoubtedly survived the accident if he had been wearing a helmet. Abate, the organization that sponsored the ride, maintained their view that motorcyclists should have a choice of whether or not to wear a helmet. Number 11. Multitasking misadventure. 20-year-old Kalita Hicks was driving her 1986 T-Top Monte Carlo along a dark Kentucky highway at 3 a.m. one morning in August 2010. She had a passenger named Thomas May with her, and they decided to switch seats, and apparently saw no need to pull over. As Hicks attempted to climb over the T-top and into the passenger seat, her foot hit the steering wheel, causing the car to veer left. May grabbed the steering wheel and turned it sharply to the right. The swerving caused Hicks to be thrown from the roof of the car. She hit her head on the guardrail as she landed on the pavement. Hicks was flown to the University of Kentucky Medical Center and died during surgery. Number 10. Self-decapitation.
Dang. Don't y'all look away, because a lot of us have thought about it or have done that. Don't look away. Because I'll be the first to tell you I've thought about doing that. You know what I mean? But Queen will always say something to me like, no, pull over. I'll be like, yo, just climb over me. Here, you take over. Let's keep going. You know what I mean? Especially if you like when I'm on vacation or headed to go vacation, going somewhere, I'm all about let's get there. You know what I mean? Minimum stops. You know what I mean? So I'll be like, yo, all right, you want to drive some? Here, just come on, climb over top and keep it going. She like, no, pull over. She's right. She's definitely right.
Died during surgery. Number 10. Self-decapitation. In 1995, a group of Polish men decided to measure their masculinity, and evidently their intelligence, or maybe lack thereof. by playing drinking games. One of the competitors amputated the end of his foot using a chainsaw. In an effort to one-up him, 30-year-old farmer Krzysztof Asninski swung the chainsaw toward his neck and cut his own head off. We all know that drinking games usually never lead anywhere good, but when it comes to winning the award for collective inebriated stupidity, this one's a no-brainer. Number 9. Party Boat. In 2018, a 21-year-old man decided he needed more attention on the booze cruise he was on in Boston Harbor. So he decided to perform vertical push-ups on the railing of the ferry. The crew ordered him to stop, which he did briefly until they turned their backs. Soon enough, he faltered and toppled overboard. Several life rings were thrown to within several feet of the man, and a crew member got into the water within 5 feet to assist, but he was unable to stay afloat and eventually drowned. Number 8. Self-defenstration. A Toronto attorney named Gary Hoy was incredibly proud of the strength of the windows in his skyscraper. So proud, in fact, that he was known to show off the durability of his 24th floor office windows by throwing himself against them.
That's just dumb, bro. I don't never want to say nobody deserved to go. Right. So I'm not going to say it, right? You could say it, but I'm not going to say it, though. Damn. Why? Why even, give it a slight... even if you continue to throw it, you're going to weaken it, bro. Eventually... They keep saying, bro, you keep campaigning for an election, bro. You're going to get elected eventually. Keep campaigning for it. I think that's what he was doing.
Of his 24th floor office windows by throwing himself against them. One day in 1993, he decided to impress some incoming students by body checking himself against the glass. The first time, the window held, as it always had before. Hoy took another run at the glass, and it popped out of the frame. The lawyer plunged to the pavement below and died from his injuries. Peter Lawers, managing partner of the firm, told a local newspaper that Gary was one of the best and brightest. If that's true, I suggest you hire a different...
I wouldn't have said that. That probably wasn't the best time to even utter those words. You know, everything in life is about timing. That probably wasn't the best time for him to say that at all. Whew. R.I.P.
Confirm. Number 7. DIY death. In 1996, Mark Gleason made a last-ditch effort to quiet his snoring, so his girlfriend, Tracy Lambert, could sleep. Doctors had told Gleason that his snoring, which was caused by sinus problems from a car accident, was incurable, but the Scottish couple were determined to get it under control. After taking a few sleeping pills and drinking some wine, Gleason stuffed tampons into his nostrils. He fell asleep on Lambert's sofa, and the next morning, she discovered his lifeless body. Gleason died from asphyxiation caused by both the tampons and the sleeping pills, which furthered his breathing difficulties. Number 6.
Tampons in your nostrils, bro. Listen, man. I think Queen has just done got used to mine. She said the kids come up there sometime and they walk past the room and I be sleeping and they be like, "Mom, how do you deal with that?" She be like, "Oh, I didn't even hear it." They be like, "You didn't hear that?" She told me that. She be like, "I just done got used to it. It is what it is at this point."
Accidentally proving an accident. In an Ohio courtroom in July 1871, lawyer Clement Vallandigham argued that his client Thomas McGeehan was innocent of murder. McGeehan was accused of killing a man named Tom Myers during a bar fight. Vallandigham maintained that Myers accidentally killed himself with his own pistol. To prove it, he used an unloaded gun to demonstrate to the jury how Myers could have done this. That evening, the lawyer set a loaded pistol next to the unloaded one on a table at his hotel. In the process of demonstrating to fellow lawyers how Myers may have shot himself, Vallandigham picked up the loaded gun from the table and shot himself in the abdomen. He was mortally wounded, but his demonstration apparently worked, and McGeehan was acquitted. Number 5. Fatal nutrition. British scientist and nutrition fanatic Basil Brown consumed a gallon of carrot juice daily and 70 million units of vitamin A over the course of 10 days. The combination of toxins produced the same effect on his liver as alcohol, and he died from cirrhosis. When he died, his skin was bright yellow. While some people may not know how dangerous a vitamin A toxicity can be, it's common knowledge that overconsuming anything can lead to disastrous results. Number 4.
See, crazy nutritionists, health people. You know what I mean? They like to tell you, you can never have enough fruit and vegetables and all that kind. Yeah, but that guy begs to differ.
Obvious, but optional boundaries. In March of 2018, a New Jersey man named Anthony G. headed to his father's house to shovel snow from his driveway. Along the way, Anthony encountered a series of cones warning drivers of a downed wire ahead. He didn't want to waste time on a detour, so he proceeded around the cones. Anthony, who was employed as a New York City electrician and should have been well aware of the hazards of downed wires, paid the ultimate price for his foolishness. When police arrived at the scene, his vehicle was engulfed in flames and he was dead. Number 3. Daredevil Dummy. Wang Yangying was a famous Chinese daredevil known for his death-defying stunts atop skyscrapers. Some of his famed acts included doing push-ups on the side of a skyscraper, walking along rooftops, and hanging from high-rise buildings. Eventually, Yangying's risky behavior caught up to him, and he fell from a 62-story skyscraper. His body was found the next day, along with the camera that filmed him losing his grip. The moral of Yangying's tragedy is that there are much safer ways to gain stardom, success, and an adrenaline rush. Number 2. Crushed by car. When you're fixing a heavy object, don't sit under it if it's propped up precariously. One slight wrong move, and it's game over. Sarunas Masionis learned this lesson the hard way. In mid-2018, he attempted to repair his car while propping it up on a tire and a jack with a wooden block underneath it. The car crushed Masionis. His partner noticed he was blue, and a neighbor unsuccessfully tried lifting the car. Efforts to save the man's life were in vain, and he died from asphyxia caused by the fatal chest compression. Number 1. Wheelchair Elevator Tantrum. A wheelchair-bound 40-year-old South Korean man known only as Mr. Lee threw an explosive tantrum when he approached an elevator at a shopping center as the doors closed and couldn't get in. Instead of waiting for the next one, he repeatedly rammed into the closed elevator doors, and in an apparent underestimation of his own strength, thrusted them open. Mr. Lee fell into the elevator shaft and plummeted 19 feet to his death. Instead of cautioning the general public against the potential consequences of violent anger, shopping center officials promised to strengthen their elevator doors.
Strengthen? Oh, that's the end.
So which of these stories do you think deserves the...
Strength, so it's the elevator's door's fault that he just kept ramming the doors because of his anger. You get what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I don't want nobody to die, but bro, what do you think is gonna happen, or what are the possibilities if you keep ramming this door? No, he should have never did that, fam. Like, now we gotta strengthen the doors. Doors need to be extra strength. How many elevator problems we have now with the doors? So you want to make them more heavier so more people can get stuck inside of an elevator, right? That's what you want to do, right? Trust me, I know. We used to get calls like that all the time to the college campus when I worked at the fire department, bro. Elevator being stuck with college kids in it. The doors get stuck. Like, come on, bro. Now you want to make them stronger because I don't want to call him an idiot or nothing like that, but this guy decided to keep ramming a door. Come on, man. No. Yeah, that last one kind of pissed me off a little bit. All right, so I'm out of here, man. Before I get too worked up. Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought of this, man. And which one was the craziest one to you? Hashtag it in the comment section. It's your boy, till next reaction. I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Hey.